Hello there, traveler, and welcome back to the world of Kymaticus, where through the roles we play, we spin our tale. This is our original D&D 5e session here on Forward on the Saves. I am Alexander, your weaver of tales, and as always, I am joined by my companions, Tyler, John, Cassie, Dylan, and Viper. So, hang up your cloak, grab a drink, and sit back as we dive into this chapter of Kymaticus. Ow!
Oh.
Jeez, the tape.
All right. So, where we last left off. H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S, you've been on a vacation for quite some time. Most recently, I think a couple days is quite some time for H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S.
I was going to say vacation.
Yeah.
Recently, returning to the land of Kalesh, Circeus' home kingdom, where his adopted royal father,
Adoptive?
Adoptive.
where his
My second
adoptive,
adoption.
where his 15th dad,
There it is. There it is.
where King Alistair Drydell,
The first.
the first, yes, ill for some time. His son, Alistair Drydell II, you guys met up with, talked with, and you went back to deal with that in some way, shape, or form. Upon entering, you met Eclipse. And at first, she seemed to just be there to commit regicide, but then it turned into a revival that brought back Alistair Drydell to his actual self. So, with Kalesh, with this new energy about it, now the king has been returned to them, or I guess former king, since the son has taken over the mantle in his father's absence. Kalesh is a very happy place right now, for most people.
For most folk.
Circeus.
Listen, he did that to himself.
Circeus, you, oddly enough, kind of reconnected with an old friend, someone who, through the wrongdoings that had happened to you, ended up being somewhat of an enemy, Cato Cavana. He wanted to meet with you, speak, smoke a cigar, and drink some whiskey, and seemingly it went pretty well.
So far.
Seemingly.
So, Hector and Rona, or Proctor,
Proctor!
we call it.
Yes.
You guys spent all day in bed, essentially. You're able to get some mead from your home kingdom, Hector, and enjoy each other's company without really worrying about much at all. You met a couple of cool shopkeepers.
Yeah.
And continue to just be this new father once again. So, we left off with Eclipse, who is slowly getting these visions of this this entity that seems to be getting stronger when she casts or commits anything in the realm of her spiritual powers. And after you felled this liar?
Douche.
Murderer?
Murderer sounds good.
I see the justification has already begun.
You stand over the corpse of this faux cleric in this alleyway, kind of crammed between these two buildings. And as you look down, your scimitar wet with the blood of this fallen enemy, you see no other reason to hang around.
Nope,
You-
really.
Step kind of over it. And you move forward, and as you move, you feel a presence. You take a step back and you look in the direction of where you felt these eyes watching you, and to your left you see a window from the inside, curtains pulled over it. You cannot see inside, and there's nothing inside that can see out. But you'd see your reflection. And behind you, you see the reflection of something else. You briefly turn, and there's nothing there. You turn back, and you see it once more. Its body, like a shadow, a silhouette only, no features. Humanoid, however. And you kind of stare into the void of its head for a brief moment before two bright eyes open and look at you. What do you do?
So that's nightmare feel. Is it? Do I notice any like attachment? Like it's coming out of my feet, or it's coming out of the dead body, or it's just there.
Roll me a
That's a good question.
roll an insight check or a perception check, your choice.
Oh. Spicy, give a choice.
19.
With a 19, as unsettling as this image is, you don't feel threatened at all.
Okay.
It's almost comforting, which is weird to you. You don't see it kind of originating out of anything around you, whether it be from you or from the body, but it's still just there, staring back. And even though you don't see any pupils within this visage's face, you can tell it's looking right into your eyes. What do you do?
Did he kill the one of whose name he took? Words are hard.
You mean
She asks.
one more time?
Okay, so did this man murder the one that he's been impersonating?
Oh, you're not sure, but you.
No. I'm asking that to the entity.
Oh, Eclipse is asking a question. I thought.
Eclipse is
I thought
asking
Viper
questions.
was asking a question.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead. One more time.
Did this individual murder the one he was masquerading as?
As it stares at you, you just see the head nod. What do you do next?
Do I have any feeling of something else needing to be done? Like that gut feeling anymore?
Not at the moment. You watch the this visage step forward, which is, from your perspective, looking into your reflection. It's walking towards your backside. And as it approaches, it enters you. Like it walks right into your body.
That's cold.
And nothing feels different.
Okay.
You then speak a word. Unwillingly so. And the voice that emits from your mouth is not your own. A knock. Everything that you've done up to this point, Eclipse, has felt right. As if you're searching for something, and in this moment when you hear that name, you know it's a name. This is the name of this power. And to this point, you have served it well. Both your scimitars each do an extra 2d6 necrotic damage on hit.
Oh.
Nice.
As you kind of look down, you see the almost like this dark magic kind of just ripple through the shimmer of your scimitars. You feel it, a gift almost for what you have done thus far. You sheath them. You continue out towards the alleyway and make it out to the road. What do you do next?
I'm gonna stealth
Okay.
and go back to the castle.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check to avoid any suspicion. Yes.
How do you spell a knock?
Onnach.
AKO. AKN.
Shut up. I was way off.
A knock.
Onnach.
So when you initially gave me my scimitars, it was plus 1d6 necro. Now is it 2d6 or is it 3d6?
It's 2d6 now.
Thank you. Just wanted to edit that correctly.
Psych, I'm rolling an extra 3d6.
3d6 necrotic. So
3d6 on top of my extra damage.
All right. So, what'd you roll for stealth?
22.
22.
Yeah. You
feel that, for the most part, you sneak back towards the castle grounds, back to where your room is that you've been given for your deed for what you've done, bringing back King Alistair Drydell. And you're fairly certain no one caught wind of the murder that happened tonight.
What murder?
Exactly. So, Cerseus, you and Cato are still in that gazebo, drinking, smoking cigars. And for the most part, the two of you start talking about just a couple of random other adventures or things that have happened since the time that you first ran away. Stuff that he's done, stuff that you've done. And for the most part, you're actually having an okay time. Feels good to reconnect and
I don't know.
Why
Feels
am I the
good to
most
reconnect.
trusting of Kato here?
and
You don't just forget that somebody accidentally murdered your whole family. Like, I'm sorry.
No.
No
and
cops.
then you begin to cough. That's a strong cigar.
I figured.
So
I inhaled a little bit.
he stands up when the night begins to come to an end. Well, Cerseus, this was nice. If you need anything, let me know. I may be
course.
able to help you.
Of course. I'm fine for now, but I'm just glad we got to clear the air a little bit and catch up.
Have a good night.
You do the same. And I'll stay behind for a little bit.
All right. As he walks off, the whiskey glass and a cigar and an ashtray are left behind from him. You know that this place is cleaned on a daily basis. It's not like you just leaving stuff there. But you kind of sit there. What do you do?
I don't know. I'm gonna just look out on the water because I know we said meet because when I got off the boat with Alistair and Alistair Senior, that was where we met and we said to meet over there. So I'm assuming I'm still by the water, right?
Yeah. You're overlooking kind of the beach.
Okay. Cersei is gonna go down to the beach and just kind of sit where he can feel the water because
Okay.
he just hasn't been able to do that in a long time and felt secure.
You want to go to the actual beach, like the sand, and sit down, or do you want to go to like a pier?
The beach.
Okay.
I think he's a little traumatized of piers since he saw Alistair get stabbed the last time he was at it.
You make your way down. Kind of walk off north side of the pier and go out to where the sands meet the water. And as you walk, you feel the water hit your feet. And for some reason, you're reminded of Jaro, your quote-unquote adopted brother. You sit down to where the waves just barely touch your feet in the sand. And it does feel good. There's nothing in the water that's trying to kill you this time.
That we know of.
That you know of.
Yeah. He's also gonna stick the Blight of the Deep in the water, like Triton first. So hopefully, like Jaro knows that I'm thinking about him. I don't know.
You do that just with the hope that maybe there is some kind of a magical sense that you might sense that that you're okay. You don't see anything that would indicate to you that anything's going on with it, but you do that, and you hope he senses that you're fine. Anything else?
He'll just chill there for about 20, 30 minutes and then head back to his room.
All right. Rockter. We just chilling the rest of the night, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Anything you guys want to discuss before this day comes to an end?
Not anything of note.
All right. And Eldon, how does your day end?
He's gonna go out to the garden once everyone else is kind of in bed, and he's gonna spend some time outside enjoying the nice weather without some assassins in the bushes lurking for him, like the last time he was out there. And then he'll transfer his time in bed and just kind of chill in the room.
All right. We'll do that. You all long rest. As a new day greets you. So, still on vacation. How many days do you have left now?
How many days are in
We're
a week?
supposed to meet, I think, in 4 days.
That seems right.
Okay.
That seems right.
Hold on, gotta
I
map
haven't
it
been
out real quick
dating
in
my
head.
stuff recently. I'm sorry.
About roughly 4 or 5 days.
I think it's 4.
Because I have 3 days until
Yeah.
the armor's finished.
Yeah, 4 seems good.
All right. So, we'll count down. 4 days before the meeting with the Emperor. On the 4th day before the meeting, Eldon, what do you do?
Not really much else I want to do. I just kind of want to wait until the armor's ready, because then
Okay.
I've got some stuff to do there.
Eclipse? I think you're muted.
Yes. Any suspicion on me?
As you wake up,
The murderers lurking around the crime scene, just
wake
kinda
up.
watching the work.
CSI.
you put on your armor and you walk up to the door and put your big cat ear up against it, just paranoid that there might be anyone out there. For a moment of silence, you open the door, you look both ways. No one outside waiting with a knife to stab you in the back.
Nice.
Wonderful.
It seems to be clear. It seems you maybe got away scot-free from that one.
Wow.
Whoa.
Got away with murder.
I
over
am
there.
concerned, but just go about my day then.
All right.
Normal eating, drinking, training.
Okay. Cerseus.
Would Cerseus know where like a magic place is, or any of our magicians are? Somebody who could investigate what my armor can do, because he still has not found that out yet.
All right.
Praise be to all the gods.
Finally, we get the juicy information out here.
Cerseus, before you were exiled / kicked out of your kingdom, you did have a friendship with a human woman named Ella Valora. She was your father's Archmagus. But now I guess that falls to your adoptive brother. But Ella Valora, most likely in the same tower within this kingdom as she has always been. She always took a liking to you. She thought it was interesting how you couldn't even perform the most basic of magics. And she always thought something was up with you because she sensed something. And, well, you know your story. But would you like to head there?
Yeah, I'll head there. I'll do it without telling Alistair.
Okay. The island that makes up the kingdom of Kalesh has a massive mountain on it. The capital city where you're at actually kind of travels up the side of this mountain. Ella Valora's tower is one of the highest points of the kingdom. You make your way up through the city streets of the capital. Just walking through the city of old memories and reminiscing from when times were a lot simpler. About an hour of walking through the city. You make your way up to the base of Ella Valora's tower. What do you do?
On my way up, did I get any noticeable looks or like stares? Or is it like it's been so long or long enough to where people don't recognize me or I've changed enough?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That's 19.
19. You can tell throughout your walk that some people kind of give you a glance because of the armor that you're wearing, but then some people seem to stare at your face a little bit longer. No one makes any comment or seems to follow you or interrupt your, what you're doing at all, but some people seem to know who you are.
Okay. Any of them, does it seem like it's because I'm a part of Dridell family, or it's because of what I did?
Kind of seems to be off of what you did.
What I did. Okay, got it. Cool. Well, I still know my reputation. I'll go to the tower. Would I know that Ella stays like at the top or something? And is there like a window?
So her tower is isolated from any other building. The only entrance is from the door at the bottom. There are windows on the tower, but you know how wizards' towers kind of operate. It's always different on the inside than it looks on the outside.
Okay, true.
So, you knock on the door?
Yeah, I'll just knock on the door.
A moment passes. The doors open to you without anyone being there to open them. You see the familiar sight of Valora's ground floor here, and you kind of take a step in, do a hello, and on the other side of this kind of circular floor, you see Valora make her way out from behind some wall or hallway in the back, and when she meets your gaze, you can tell that from the off the rip, she was very sad, probably to see you go. She kind of briskly walks up to you with her arms open and embraces you in a hug that feels like it lasts pretty long. As she's holding on to you, you can kind of hear her speak into your ear. So many people thought you were dead. It is a good thing to see you back here. How are you? And this is very different than how I imagined you. I didn't see you as someone who would be wearing such heavy armor.
Didn't think so either. And I didn't think I'd be using magic as well as I do now. I've found out many things about myself, and I've proven my innocence in a way. Enough to where I know Alistair and his father understand. Cato, I'm on the fence of. But I've proven that I was not the one who killed those people. But I'm glad I can finally return. How have you been? It's been what, 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2 years. I've been well. It's been difficult with the king and his health, but if the news is true, there's someone in our midst that returned him to us. And
It's true. It's very true.
we're trying to, right now to figure out who's actually going to lead this kingdom. Whether it should be your father or your brother. So things are a little hectic right now. But please, come in. I'll make us some tea. We'll sit and talk. Have you had breakfast yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, come on.
I could, of course.
She,
I'll follow.
yeah, she kind of ends up putting like a hand cover around your back as she walks you into her tower. She closes the doors behind you with a flick of her wrist, and the two of you sit down, have breakfast, have some tea, and you just discuss your travels. I assume you would tell her everything about the armor.
Yeah, the armor, and I'd make sure to tell her about Parallax too, and like what happened with King Drydell, so that like
Right.
they know what was happening to me. Because if it seemed like she was interested in me before, she's definitely gonna be interested in that.
As you tell her, she does seem a little surprised at the whole Parallax thing, that the king that has been in bedridden for so long has just been a fraud, a facade of Parallax's doing. So when you get around to talking about the armor, she studies it from, head to toe while you are discussing how you got it and what happened and your death and everything. And she does find it weird that you have not been able to discern what it does yet. So she'll ask you, would you mind removing it for me? I could study it further. It'd be easier to.
How long did I know her again before?
Oh, like since you were a kid.
Okay, yeah.
She is. She's probably in her 60s. She's an older woman.
Okay.
She was the closest thing that you had to kind of a mentor when you were growing up. So
Okay.
this is like an old friend.
Got it. Okay, I'll trust her.
Okay. What part of the armor do you begin to take off first?
First, I'll take off the legs
Okay.
and let her analyze those.
So you reach down, you unbuckle the guard that is around the front, and this is a full body armor, like a full suit. The only thing that you see of your own skin is from neck up. Everything else is covered. And as you take it off, you one piece at a time. She places it on a table. She begins to study it. And as you sit there just wearing whatever, clothing Yuha had on under it, you're still not sure what. She can't come up with anything quickly. In fact, she will tell you that it has a magical aura about it, but she can't make any sense of it. She doesn't know what its purpose is. So she says to you, do you mind if can I hold on to it for a day? And you come back tomorrow and grab it.
Sure. I'll be here tomorrow.
I'll be able to study it. I'll work on it for the rest of the day, and that way I get another chance to see you. So, but go along.
Of course.
I'm sure there are. Go ahead, Tyler.
He was going to respond with, I would have just came back if you would have asked.
I know. Give me my time. I'll try to figure this out, and I will let you know. And be safe, please. If everything that you told me is true, there's someone out there that really doesn't want you to have a good time.
Oh, there's many of those, but I will. I'll be safe.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Of course. You leave, and Armor stays back with her. Hector and Rona. You guys wake up another after a very lazy day. Yesterday was fun. Spent all day with each other, just lounging about, drinking wines from different parts of the kingdom or of the empire, really. And
I would have ranked them. We would have tasted everything. And now we have a really solid ranking.
there are empty bottles, not empty, some empty, the good ones, I guess, and some mostly full that you only took a sip or so out of. They're laying on this shelf or standing on this shelf inside the room. And from left to right, they are ranked from worst to best. So what is the worst one you found?
John?
Yeah, yes.
Let me have a list.
Eclipse has it too. So I don't feel like
Yeah, anybody with a list. I don't know. I feel like Hector's favorite would probably be the first one because I would have yielded no matter what anything else actually tasted like.
What was Hector's favorite?
Oh, he's biased, so it would have been the keg bill.
Cake belly.
I feel like Jackie Aaron's would be last.
I like to imagine that Keg Belly's mead, the bottle is, you know how it goes down? It's kind of, bulbous at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
It's shaped like a dwarf touching his belly.
Yes.
So,
I could definitely see that.
but yeah, so Keg Belly's all the way to the right, and
Jackie Aaron's is all the way to the left.
Jackie Aaron's is all the way to the left.
And then everything else is just, I guess, in between
All
there.
right. Till you wake up, look over at your sorting from yesterday. What are the plans for today?
Is it a little weird? It's a little weird. Nobody came to ask where we were, which means the world probably didn't end yesterday. So that's weird, right?
Either that or it did end, just quickly enough for anyone to tell us.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's done. God, why do I feel relief? Anyway. So, are you taking me to New Ironcrest today?
Yes, I need to get things situated before the big day. So let's head that way.
The big day? The retaking? Is that what you're talking about?
The only day I've had on my mind for the past year.
I was
Almost
just...
here.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Well, lead the way, I guess.
All right. How do you get there?
Teleportation.
The lazy way.
Find whichever way that it got me to this place. Then, 'cause I'm sure whenever we first came here, I saw where their circle was. So I'd go find them. Tell me to take me to Tower Yor. From there, I'd go to New Ironcrest.
Because a lot of you are associated with Cerseus and associated with Eclipse. Teleportation out of here and using this circle is free. For now.
For now.
So,
Someone had to pay recently, didn't they? Wasn't it you?
Yes, I did.
so you want to teleport to the Eye of Yor first and then teleport up to right?
New Ironcrest. Yeah.
Okay. So you hop on and link to Eye of Yor as most
Pick up Abe.
as most things are. Yeah. You teleport back to the Eye of Yor. Abe picked up.
Yes.
Anything you want to do at the Eye of Yor before moving on?
Okay.
No, I just didn't want people to know where I was going.
Okay.
Smart man.
And from
Trust
the Eye
the
of Yor out to, I assume you took Icarus with you.
He's with me everywhere that I can take.
This is my bird, my partner.
This is my partner in crime.
So you teleport up to New Ironcrest, the area once known as Raceville, the most northwestern point of the Kingdom of Toril. Teleport, Rona. You've been here before, haven't you?
This is her.
No,
first time.
Cerseus. Yeah, Cerseus has been here. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rona's never been here.
It's your first time here.
Yes.
You teleport, and where you start out, it's kind of like this very nice, beautiful gazebo. As it's morning right now, you step off, and you look off to your right, which is kind of eastward, and you see a valley that descends, and the beautiful sunlight just kind of creeping up, and it's high enough now, but it's still early enough to where it has that golden glow. And it shimmers off of the dew on the grass, the river that descends from this area. It's very beautiful. You continue north, and you do see what once was Raceville. A long time ago, you were near this area, and you knew what it looked like. It's at least 10 times bigger now, at least. And it's bustling. A lot of people are living here. As you move forward with Hector, what do you do, Hector?
I just show her all the things that I learned and introduce her to anyone we come across.
All right. You are introduced to the friends of his, Keijo, which you've met Keijo. You've met Keijo before. He was at that trial for Hector a long time ago when he was Arthur, who came in to save Hector at that trial.
Yeah.
Arthur
Jeez.
Wolfengal, his the Thane of New Ironcrest, and he really turned it around. But you meet everyone. It's a little weird, though, seeing Keijo again after dealing with future Keijo more. But Hector, do you introduce Rona as the Rona that you're in a relationship with? Or do you introduce Rona as another member of the Hoplites? Say again?
It's a good question.
Good question.
Probably, yeah. He would do the first one, showing her off as somebody has a romantic interest in that way. They understand the importance of her death.
All right. Rona, there's not a soul here that seems to be upset with this.
Love
Besides maybe a couple of women that are just like, man, But like a couple of,
Whatever.
I was looking forward to being a queen.
but you are introduced to everyone that's of importance to Hector. Eyes are on you pretty much nonstop while you're here.
Excellent.
Having Hector come back to what remains of his kingdom is a big deal to these people. Where he walks, people watch him. And since you walk with him, and as he introduces you, someone of such importance, they watch you too. What next, Hector?
Okay, who's getting ready for the thing? Really not any. I think of any pressing matters I need to take care of, except for one. There's one thing I need to do. I will reach into my bag near the bottom because it's been so long, and I will pull out the conch of Karadesh.
Oh boy. All right, so this is something that happened a long time before we ever started recording. As you pull out the conch of Karadesh, a long time ago, the first time that the Hoplites, before they were even the Hoplites, took to the sea, they were attacked by the people on the ship they were on and fell into the water. In the water, they found a place where Ilmater gifted Hector the martyrdom, his javelin weapon of holy power, and
Witnessed a brutal hallway.
Jeez, that was bad.
But after this, they stumbled across the underwater city of Karadesh. And this is where the Hoplites felled
The Crackalith.
the Crackalith, a kraken aboleth hybrid of some kind of just eldritch horror sea monster.
And the cult.
But it was very young at the time of your slaying, and had it not been for you, who knows what would have happened. But you took care of them, you took care of the small leaders that were, or the followers of this Crackalith that were there. And their king, Uluwe Kinsang, I believe was the name. Or no, my bad, Kinsang Uluwe. Yeah. Gave you this conch and told you to blow through it when the time comes when you are ready to request for aid. So, you go ahead. And it's a little funny. You blow through it, and it just sounds like bubbling water. Like, it doesn't even really make a horn sound. It's just like... And...
Wait, one more time? I couldn't hear you.
No, you heard it just fine. You blow through it. You got to look at it like, is that it? And
Try the other side, Hector. That can't be right.
you turn it around the other side, and you're like, no, there's no blowhole. There's nothing here. But you did it. Interesting. And then it speaks to you in the weirdest way. It speaks to you through the how you blew into it. And it kind of sounded like just like bubbles through water. The bubbles continue, and in every pop of a bubble, you hear, "We are on our way."
Whoa.
But it sounds very, very weird.
Bubbly. Yes.
It sounds almost kind of like a waterlogged Daffy Duck. my bad, a waterlogged Donald Duck. Like,
Oh my god! No.
in fact, it sounds very similar to Olo.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Little fish person you found a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I miss him.
So
He was
My
wonderful.
Alvin
you sounded very similar to that voice, but you did it. It's very lackluster, but it's done.
Very.
Yes, the Horn of Karadesh, an item that you've been waiting and waiting to use for a very long time, sounded like a wet fart. So
I'm surprised they didn't respond with.
I
"Who's
couldn't have
this?
wanted it any
Forgot
other
what who
way."
you are.
Yeah.
New phone. Who dis?
yeah,
New conch, who this?
yeah. All right, what do you do now?
Well, that ties up that end. Other allies together. Have I heard anything of Amon or Grit?
You have not heard from them, but you could ask your trusted friend Arthur.
I'll talk to Mr. Wolfengal. Lord Wolfen.
All right, go ahead.
Dane Wolfen. Arthur, I've been waiting for word from some of my allies. Have you heard from a paladin named Amon or a mercenary named Grit? Supposed to meet you.
Oh, yes. Grit, yes. Grit went on a quick mission. He'll be back soon, unless he dies. That's what he told me, but I don't think he's going to die. He's actually pretty good at what he does, from what I understand. However, Amon is here currently. He's not having a drink, but he's at the bar. He's having water. I figured everyone that you would send this way would drink in some regard, but apparently he wants water. So, but he's at the bar.
Paladins, am I right?
Guys, we didn't turn everyone we meet into alcoholics. We did good.
Boo! We suck.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
Thank you, Arthur. Right, to the bar.
You walk into the Wolf Whistle, and the mood in here is rather good. You look across the way, and you see a whole bar slew of people. Some drunk, some wanting to get there. They're laughing. Some are crying.
Is this morning?
Yes.
Wonderful.
It's about 10 a.m.,
yeah,
11
girl.
a.m.
This
I
is
assume
our
My
people.
kind of people.
I assume that Hector, you and Rona would have slept in today.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
it's approaching noon.
Okay.
It's
I was gonna
about-
say,
Okay,
it's the
okay.
midday drink.
This is not.
But,
it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
inside people are either already drunk or on their way. And in the middle of the bar, walking up to each patron, you see the big hat and feather of Amon Hagar, member of the Eye of Helm, paladin that you got to aid you in your quest long ago to defeat the vampire of Cain Umbra. You approach.
Please tell me he's preaching to these
You
people.
hear Amon leaning over the shoulders of those at the bar. Have you thought about how maybe drinking this early isn't the best for you? This guy looks over to him. Who are you? Looks back down. Consider me a messenger from Helm. I was at a dark place once, too. I was in bars, taverns. I
It
slept
seems
with
like
people
you
that
still might be. Amen.
Oh, hello. Rona, Hector. Helm bless you. And he just walks away from him. And he comes up to the two of you, arms
Bless
open, and kind of just hugs the both of you. His giant feather gets in your face, Rona. He steps back. How are you?
Well,
Good.
and you?
Likewise. Hector,
See you again.
it's been some time.
Glad you made it here safe.
As am I. I didn't know that Alvaron had such a culture of alcoholism.
Rona's gonna step up to the bar and order a glass of whiskey.
Ah. Some things never change.
Good to see you, Eamon.
He holds up a flagon that he has.
Cheers.
Water.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a drink. Hector. I'm here. And soon I'll be able to get the aid of 9 other members of the Eye of Helm. They're on their way here.
Great to
Along
hear.
with a so to speak, a brotherhood, another clergy that is close to us. So, you will have aid.
Great. Hopefully, soon, begun mustering my forces down to the Iron Port and we'll march north for the city. Not too much time. Hopefully, the next couple of weeks.
They should be here 3 weeks, maybe. But when they arrive, I'll brief them on everything, tell them what we are here to do, and by Helm, it will be done. I'll make sure of it.
Won't fail this time. Anyways, there is one thing that I needed to ask you about otherwise. We found ourselves in a situation, and I've heard you might have some ability or an item that would allow one to get to the abyss.
You watch his just facial expression change. The abyss is a dark place. Why do you seek to go there?
The Lord of Beasts has taken fancy to one of my friends and took something from him. I need to go get it back.
I see. I do not possess such a key to go to the abyss. Although I have slain those that have walked through portals from there. It is... The abyss is a horrendous sight, Hector and Rona. But I possess no such key, unfortunately.
Thank you anyways. I feel like it was worth a shot bringing it up to you. Hopefully with your expertise you would know something.
Perhaps you could give us a direction to one of those portals you spoke of.
All the portals that I know of are on Ilamsara.
All right. It's better than nothing.
Go to the city of Elastia. That's where we originate from. From there, you can find dozens and dozens of expeditions out into the wasteland. the place that once was the Empire of Ilimsara. The ashes of the fallen. You can take one of these expeditions if you want to and find a portal that way. Although do know, once you approach, it is my company's mission to destroy these portals. We do not enter them and seek any further trouble than what they have brought here. If you go with an expedition from the Eye of Helm, you can ask them to enter. But after you do so, if you're going to be there longer than 5 minutes, they are going to destroy it. There will not be a way out through that portal again. Just keep that in mind.
Do you know where we might find anything that could bring us home? I have the magical capabilities to move us around. I would just need the tools in order to do so.
We do have some objects, tuning forks, for a way to make it back to this plane should we get lost in the abyss. But just be careful. Half the people that enter don't return. And those that do, they seem scarred. However, there have been reports from people that have returned from the abyss saying that they were lucky that their tuning fork even worked. There are areas in the abyss that prevent such magics to be cast.
Really?
It is a place of chaos, Rona. Expect anything. Magic will not always be normal, so to speak. However, there was one story I heard. A traveler came by. Passed through Alastia many years ago before I made my way over here to H.O.P.L.I.T.E. Trying to remember his name, but he had with him many artifacts that he's collected over the years, and he was bragging about all the times he's made his way to the abyss and back without problem. Well, I didn't believe him. I did not go with this specific group that he accompanied, but he did go with a group of our members out into the wasteland. And this group did seek to enter a portal. This individual didn't use the portal to come back. We thought he was dead, apparently, but they got lost in the abyss. They could not find him. The members of Helm, they came out, the portal was destroyed, and this traveling braggart, we thought was dead. They went back to Alastia, and sure enough, he was drinking on the steps of our organization, boasting of how he beat us here so quickly. I do not know what all he has. I do not know where he gets it, and I do not want to know. However, Lux was his name. That's all I remember. I don't remember a first name, but Lux. No idea where he's at, but if that name ever crosses your ears, do investigate.
Will do.
Other than that, I can get you there. I can't guarantee I can get you back. And besides, another thing you should know about the Abyss, there are many layers to it. Many worlds, so to speak. The way we are trained to think about it is, think of a sphere as a pocket of the Abyss. There are many of them. Some believe upwards of 50. And they spin and cycle around each other, passing through each other at times to where you might be in one location and then within the blink of an eye you're in another. It is chaotic. There is no order to it, no sense to be made. Even the members of my organization do not prove to be useful guides. Where you want to go, Hector, I would argue is suicide. We are told not to leave within eyesight of the portal if we are to go beyond. It's how dangerous it can be. But maybe this Lux knows more. However, aside from this dreary subject, is there anything else you would ask of me?
Besides, please stop trying to convert my loyal citizens.
Well, he looks back at the guy who's like, just now he's chugging like a third one now. I don't think I ever had a chance.
They wear it well, but hard times calls for excessive ways to deal with them.
A way of life very different from my own, but I can learn. So, cheers. He lifts up his flagon, easily drinks the water out of it.
Yeah.
Drinks
Just
it like
as
it's
easily drinks the
almost
whiskey out of
water.
my own.
Chugs it. Yeah,
Yeah.
do that.
Went down like water.
So,
Right. Well, Rona, let's go see our throne room.
What?
Our.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, and I'll lead her to the that mead hall, great hall.
all right,
I
you
swear,
head to
you
the
show
Great
her
Hall.
where the bed is, and you didn't do that to me.
You didn't follow around me. It's like we went to do the thing and you broke off, and I was just like, I totally forgot he was there.
So, anyways, you head to the
I
Great Hall. What once was the kind of town hall of Raceville now turned into a much greater hall. And you remember from a long time ago when Arthur Wolfengull was given the task to turn what once was Raceville into New Ironcrest. The first thing he said was it needed flowers. And Rona, that's all you see. Everywhere. There is just flowers everywhere. There are trees that you can tell have been planted in the last year or so that they're small, but you know, it actually fits really well for a place with new in the name. As you walk by these flowers, though, you swear with your presence actually makes them grow just a little bit. They bloom just a little bit more.
As we walk by, I'm gonna look over at Hector. Something tells me this wasn't your design choice.
I prefer stone flowers, but it is pretty.
As you open the doors, it is opened for you as Arthur's on the other side. Well, stone's one solid color all the time. You need to spruce it up a little bit, or else your citizens are going to be, you know, you knew how it was.
I'm with him, honestly.
Anyways,
Heretic.
your throne, as it was, Hector, if you wish to sit or anything, we are here at your service. And Are you staying a long time this time or leaving?
Oh, look, Torona, we still have a couple days before the meeting, so I was thinking we could stay here in town until then.
Excellent. That's amazing. Oh, we'll have a
Yes.
feast tonight. We will have a feast tonight. Keijo hunts nightly now, daily, nightly. He hunts 24/7. So he has a lot to choose from. So, I've kind of turned a little bit more into the vegetarian myself, but
Am I not surprised?
well, you see, I wasn't until he showed me how it's.
All butchered.
Yeah.
It's a dirty process.
Anyways, the throne. You have a good time. Call for anyone if you need anything. We are all here at your service, and it is nice to meet you, Rona. So, you walk forward. There are a good bit of people that are actually kind of following you in, as before you being here is just rare at the time. You're always gone. So when you're here, people like to kind of be around you and see you. But what do you do?
I had the pleasure of sitting in it before. Why don't you test to see how it feels? It's rather comfortable.
It's not mine.
It's a chair. Anybody can sit in it. Most people just choose not to.
You should tell Ozzy that. I think he might actually rip your head off. Yeah, and I guess Ronald will walk up and sit on it.
Okay. You sit in it. So a lot of the people that are in this hall seem a little confused. And
Please tell me this is made out of stone.
Wood.
More comfy.
Hector Woodbourne.
Hector Stoneborn Woodcarver.
Just covered in flowers.
Yeah, it's like,
Heard
What,
Rona was some florist is like,
people kind of look with their heads cocked at you sitting in the throne, confused. Not feeling one way or the other, just a little confused.
It's okay.
I am.
We're
your
all
queen."
confused. You're right. It's more comfortable than it looks. I'll give you that. And she'll go to stand up.
Hector? Anything else?
I guess. Yeah, I'll just finish showing her around town for the rest of the day, I guess.
Okay. So, Eclipse. You spend the most of the day just, doing your normal thing, and you ate a lot of fish today.
Ate a lot of fish.
A lot of
Yes.
fish.
Yeah. She's
Anything,
very happy about that.
Anything specific you wish to do today?
I want to see if I can find the grave of the cleric that he murdered.
You mean ballet?
That was the name, right?
Yeah.
Ballet.
Ballet. Because he died 4 days ago. Off a cliff.
You leave and you kind of look around that area, the temple to Umberlee. Not too far from it, kind of southwards down the coast. You do find a gravesite, a graveyard rather. You look through. Kind of looking towards the more fresh looking graves. And you do find one. one that bears the name Vale. The dirt, fresh. You see elements of ocean life kind of brought and put at this burial site, leaning against this headstone. You see couple of seashells, just a little bit of coral, just something to resemble the ocean. What do you do?
I kneel down and I pray. And I just tell him that he has been avenged, and I feel absolutely horrible that he had to leave so soon.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear God.
Oh.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Is that a 15? All right.
Ouch.
Continue.
Ah.
No, I'll pass.
Yeah. I just tell him that I am sad that he had to leave the world so soon, and that it was a very unfortunate way because his time had not yet come.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you do next?
I stand up, kind of dust my knees off a little bit. I bow to the headstone, and I am going to leave and try not to die.
Too late, mortal.
You head out
Yeah,
of
pretty much.
you head out of this little cemetery, little graveyard, and begin to head back. And nothing seems to happen. You're still
I feel
well
like
and
I just
alive.
got scryed on.
Does a 47
Uh-huh.
hit?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, for real.
100%.
But where do you head next?
I want to go and try and find an alchemist, or like a chemist, or whatever they decide to call them in this kingdom, because I want to learn how to potentially make healing potions.
Oh,
Spicy.
okay.
I figured it would be
Skill.
helpful being a cleric.
All right. You can either roll a persuasion check, or you can either roll a persuasion check or a perception check.
Ooh.
No thanks.
22.
For,
Perception.
Okay. So you don't really ask around a lot. You are very used to doing things on your own, figuring your own way out through things. And you walk around through the greater district of this capital city, and you do find a rather kind of big building of what seems to be somewhat of an alchemy shop.
Okay.
You walk inside, but your interest is not about purchasing potions. It is to create potions. So,
Might not be well received here, but figured I'd try.
the name of the shop itself is a little... it's a little discerning or disconcerting. Which one is it?
Disconcerting.
Disconcerting. It's a little disconcerting. It's called Blood and Water.
Hmm.
Blood and water? or-
Blood and water.
Very useful things.
I heard blood and water, and I was like, I need to clear it.
You walk in, and another rare sight in these lands. A dragonborn
Ooh.
is the presumed owner of Blood and Water. But as you make your way up, it seems that currently there are a couple people inside of Blood and Water. They're looking at the different potions or whatever ingredients that are on the sides, and everyone here is some element of shady, but for their own reason. One kind of looks like they might be even stealing some of this. One looks like they're looking for a very specific one frantically. One person is just kind of perusing and like just ripping off a tiny little bit of whatever ingredient it is and giving it a taste, and then shaking their head and being like, "That's not it," and they keep on going. Very weird people are in here. You walk up to the to the counter, and this dragonborn kind of stares back at you, leans over the counter as you approach. Finally, someone walking in here about as rare as a sight as I am. What brings you here?
Do you make all these potions yourself?
No, I steal them. Yes, I make them.
Just making sure you didn't have a shop hand. How much would it be for you to teach me part of your trade? Nothing too crazy. Just something to help individuals that are away from civilization for long periods of time.
I'll tell you what. Every day. He looks at the three that are kind of in here. These people come in here with some new and weird excuse. This is not what I anticipated for having a shop. But if you can do the magic of making them leave as soon as possible, I will consider letting you pay for lessons.
Okay. This is not something I normally do.
Before you turn around to face this little quest, he says, "Be wary. They're all very weird."
I look at him and I was like, considering one stealing, another one I'm pretty sure is looking for drugs, and we're not going to talk about the other one. I can understand what you're saying.
Call him out, sister.
And I just very loudly say, "Oh my gosh, did you hear about that guard that's making rounds for those stolen goods?"
Roll me a deception check. A deception check.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Good luck.
21.
21.
Hey!
Honey line.
So you watch as you say this. The one that's tasting things just kind of looks up to you, like continues. The one frantically looking for things pretends like they didn't even hear you. But the one that looks like he's stealing says, "Oh man!" just runs out the door. And as he runs, you hear just like a clanker of a potion or two falling out of a robe. And as he runs out, that "oh man" sounds very inhuman. And you swear you see two little legs under a long trench coat as it leaves.
Oh my gosh!
And Green Goblin.
2 kobolds in a trench coat.
Not sure what it
Yep.
is, but it wasn't
Something.
human.
So cute.
They leave. It leaves.
Great.
He leaves.
They leave.
It's gone.
Hey,
There's 2 of them.
The figure.
One
leaves.
problem solved. You have 2 more remaining. You hear the Dragonborn behind you just.
Oh, I walk up to the one that's frantically tasting things.
Okay.
And I
you walk
hand
up.
him
You walk up. He's in the middle of like. There's something that kind of looks like a cherry, but it's like a very, very deep blue color, and like he. No.
It's like, taste everything before you buy it?
I'm looking for a specific poison, actually.
On your detail list, way to find a poison.
Oh, is that Nightshade? Ah.
I was thinking your best way of getting rid of him was going, one of them is poison, right? Eventually you're going to hit it, but I guess he'd be like, oh, I'm expecting to.
Yeah. I look at him and it's like, so you're tasting them to see if they're the poison you're looking for.
Yes. Goes over to like a seaweed looking thing, but it's got like a red hue to it. Just rips off a tip of it. The tip's supposed to be the most concentrated part. Okay.
Where
He like steps down. Roll me a nature check though.
Damn, I was looking for a spell.
It's called poison.
Yeah. 11.
11. You're not sure what the ingredients are that he's consuming right now, but
We're gonna mix in his stomach, and he's gonna be a ball.
Just die.
He's just gonna vomit
explode.
everywhere.
so he steps over to something that just kind of looks like a couple of twigs on the shelf, and he snaps one off. This might hurt. Nope. Flicks the remainder of the twig back on the thing, and he just keeps on
Does
going
it
down
look like
the
a
shelf. No.
broom?
It's
Okay, so he didn't eat the broom. We're good. Tastes like dust.
He steps on down. Oh, stepping into the mushroom section. This should be fun. He steps over and just like picks up one mushroom from this thing, and you just hear a groan from the Dragonborn.
I cast detect poison and disease.
So, of the shelf that you're at right now, 5 out of those 7 are poisonous.
And he's just eating them.
He's eating it, and it doesn't look like it's affecting him at all.
What the heck?
And I just point to every single one of those things and it's like, I'm surprised you're not dead.
What do you mean?
Everything you've eaten so far has been poisonous.
It worked! It worked! And he just runs out the door.
And I just look at the shopkeep.
The real world implications of that is amazing because there's a guy that did the same thing. The Roman emperor took enough poison. Barbarians invaded. He took poison to kill himself, but he was immune to it, so they took him alive. He was like, no!
So as this guy runs out of the shop, you hear the Dragonborn say, I guess he finally succeeded. Shame.
Yeah, he probably took half of your stuff with him.
You've got one more.
I go up to the one that's frantically looking through potions.
If you go up, he's borderline in tears. But you walk up. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? He's just like kind of shifting through all these vials and stuff. He's not messing with ingredients. He's specifically only looking in potions.
I look at him and I was like, well, it looks like he did something really bad to be this flustered.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Shit.
Is he crying like already?
19.
19. He just kind of looks to you. It's just like, yeah.
Cries more.
I look at him and I was like, what did you do?
Murder.
Whoa! Honey, you're not gonna find what you're looking for here then.
I didn't mean to. I'm trying to bring her back.
That you need to go talk to a cleric. And I direct him to the temple.
Oh. There's not a potion.
No. No.
I'm trying to become one.
Oh.
They're not going to accept me anymore.
You know what? Maybe they'll act on good faith.
Roll me a persuasion check.
What'd you do? Did you like hurt someone? Murder! Oh.
That's an 8.
An 8.
Nice.
Yep.
No. They'll throw me in the ocean or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I look at him and I go, oh, no. They do that to the murdered ones. And I just give a big-ass Cheshire smile. And then go, because you're never going to find it at the bottom of a bottle.
He doesn't know what to do. He like looks back to the shelf. He's like, and looks back to you with your grin. Looks over to the shopkeep who's like,
And I just push him towards the door.
just runs out. Like, he's a mess.
Poor guy.
Hey,
But he
you
ends out, and
committed
the
murder?
moment that he leaves, the shopkeep says to you, "Now lock the door."
I kind of just give him a look. And I go and lock the door.
Thank you. Every day there are just another batch of people coming in here looking for something, stealing something, trying to fix something that they messed up. No one wants to try to solve it on their own. I give credit to Thorpe. At least he made his anti-poison potion, apparently. But the other one, some kid that I guess accidentally murdered someone,
I bet it was a hooker.
could have been. It's very possible.
The implications of that
Do you think he
are
was trying to get his
just
money back?
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that the ones that were in the trench coats are just fascinated with dragons. Anyways. Now, as someone that apparently gives a damn about learning potions and alchemy, I will charge you 50 per hour. 50 gold, that is. But the lessons you will be receiving are from a master.
Wow.
And my tail kind of just flicks, and I go, then let's get started.
Very well. He cracks his fingers. He kind of stands up. Holds out his scaly palm for 50 gold.
I give him the 50 gold.
My name is Renald van Dresden. I am the prima alchemist from some city. I'm not even going to bother, but I'm from a land far away. So come, I will teach you. He lifts up kind of the counter thing, and you walk behind. But you said what now?
When he says that, I go, oh, me too. And then I just follow.
Where are you from?
Why you do this right in the middle of writing? Oh.
Oh, the notebook.
This. Yeah, all the notebooks. I'm from the tribe Hamoon.
on the other side. For more of the ocean, words are hard.
Ilimsara.
Yes, but I would most likely call Oranshire my home.
That little town up in Marfell.
Yes, I did a lot of traveling.
I am from Aknagdara. It's a small jungle island a little bit north of Ilimsara. It's nice to find someone in the land of H.O.P.L.I.T.E that isn't from the land of H.O.P.L.I.T.E. He takes you kind of down into a lower basement area almost, and as you walk down, the entire room is working on something. Like there are shelves and shelves and shelves, and every kind of 2 foot by 2 foot station looks like it's working on its own potion. Something that he maybe set up and then left there to brew or whatever and left. But you walk down here, it's a solid 500 square feet room. It's huge. And he's
Just
got
shiny eyes.
he's got a lot going on. As he walks in, there's a table in the center of the room that looks like it's purposely kept clear. He walks up to it. As he approaches, he waves a hand over, and you see a big book kind of go off of a shelf over to his hands. He puts it down on the table and flicks it open. What would you like to learn first?
Healing.
Typical, but necessary. So he begins to go through this process with you. How many hours are you willing to spend with him today?
Let's see, it's 50 gold. How many hours do I have in the day that I've
I'll probably say
since I
with
was at
the time that you,
graveyard and everything?
we'll say it's noon.
Okay. We'll do 6.
Okay. So that is 300 gold. 50 per hour. But you will learn with him today, and we will get to the benefits of this at a later point.
How do you spell his name?
Oh, sorry. Renald is Rennald. Cross it out, John, and rewrite it.
Yeah, I was 1 in short.
Space, capital V-E-N.
I'm sorry.
Space, capital D-R-E-Z-E-D-E-N. Renald van Dresden. So, Cerseus, what are you doing today, Cerseus?
He's probably just gonna be chilling. He's not gonna do anything huge. Probably staying closer towards the castle, the main castle, so that like he's not in the city and people go like, "Hey, you killed people," and attack him.
Okay.
No angry mob.
The day pretty much goes by, no problems whatsoever, but I do need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Got it.
Being freaking scried upon
Man,
again.
whoever- This person is
22.
22. Okay.
Doesn't do nothing.
Walking kind of through the castle, you end up seeing a oddly familiar face.
Who is it?
Damien Thundermane. The dwarf who is the battle strategist of Toril. Technically Ashanga's boss and Archmagus of Toril. Really important.
He's a battle strategist and the Archmagus. Jeez,
That's
overachiever.
Very special man.
Yeah.
Dwarf.
He is walking
Very
through the
special
halls
fish.
with your father, Cerseus. The two are speaking back and forth, and it doesn't seem like they're really buddy-buddy or anything like that. But you hear Damien asking questions. Actually, real quick, do you want to join them and speak with them, or do you wish to eavesdrop?
Talk them creepily.
I'm gonna eavesdrop for a little bit.
That would require
Just
a
kind of
stealth
like
check.
standing back and just like waiting until I find a time to get in.
Yeah.
So
Stealth
would I still
check
need to
for
make a
me.
stealth check?
Mhm.
Okay. That's a 17.
As you, actually, there are two of them. Okay. As you kind of stay back and you listen to King Drydell, or Alistair Drydell, should I say?
Mhm.
Since the king is kind of up in the air, and Damien Thundermane. As you kind of follow them and listen to them, you come in at the very end of a sentence of Thundermane stating, "So it's just like that. Back to normal, no problem. And what was the name of this feline person again, please?" Went by Eclipse, actually. Why are you so interested? Hear Damien reply. No reason. Just very odd that you are gone for as long as you are, and then someone from a stranger from a strange land comes and heals you of all your wounds, brings you back to who you are. I would question the reason for being here, if I were you. That is all I am saying. I don't need to question the reason that they're here, because it's obviously proven beneficial. Whatever reason she has, she is welcome in the land of Kalesh for as long as I'm around. Right. And what of your son? He's taking the king well. Ah. I do not mean him. I mean the other one.
Oh.
I think he's been through a lot, actually. I'm glad that he's back and was actually able to spend some time with him recently. I think I scared him shitless on a boat, but I missed him. You not worry about the crimes he once committed against your people, or were you too busy being in bed? He kind of laughs, and you watch your father just not laugh at that.
Straight face.
Those crimes are not committed by him. Although everyone looks at him as if he is guilty. I know where it came from. Do it tell? Family secret. But it was nice of you to stop by. Please, wherever the Emperor is at, if he's still in Radesh, tell him that I'll see him at some point. I understand that there's a meeting coming up. Big implications, yes, but with how the past several years have gone, I think my son is more than capable, as he has been. Do I need to show you where our teleportation circle's at, or will you be able to find your own way? I can find my own way.
Go on.
I'll
He
try and
begins
walk
to-
up as
Hey,
he
hold on.
turns away.
As he begins to walk off, you hear him say, "Oh, and one more thing, Drydell. Be careful. In a couple of days, maybe think before you speak to me, yeah? Goodbye."
Oh.
What?
Whoa.
As he walks away, Drydell says, "A very goodbye." And as you walk up,
I kind of want to like pass Thundermane.
he's walking the opposite way. So you can come up and say something to get his attention or haul ass and pass him.
I'll just walk up, and as I stand beside Alistair, Mrs. Thundermane, it's always well, anyways, stay safe.
He just walks away.
I heard what you said. Thank you.
Oh. I knew you were there. I mean, you're a lot less noisy without the armor. I'll give you that. But
Doesn't
Why,
change the
don't
fact
you
that I
have-
appreciate it.
why don't you have the armor on? Sorry.
I left it with Ella. She's going to look at it a little bit for me.
She missed you a lot, you know.
I could tell. I'm sure there's a lot of people who didn't, but she's special.
She is. Anyways, hungry. Are we?
Yes.
Excellent.
Shall we-
I'm starving. I feel like I'm still filling up after barely eating for however many years it's been. He kind of puts his hand around your shoulder and leads you off to go eat. So, moving on to Eldon. Another day, just being a dad, a husband, and anything out of the ordinary you want to do today.
He's too antsy. He's been sitting at home too long, so he's gonna strap on the armor and the moonblade, and he's going to see if he can make some rounds with the city guards.
Okay.
Kind of get back to his roots. It's too antsy for him sitting at home doing nothing.
As you walk out to one of the guards that patrol the area where your father's manor is located. As you walk up, you don't know this guard by name, but what do you say?
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know if Captain Tuzak is still in commission?
Tuzak.
Yeah, turtle gentleman, about 7.5 feet tall, real burly guy. There's one mean eye patch on.
Retired?
Huh. I'm Eldon Roland, and I was just looking to get some work back under my belt. I just have a couple days off, and I'm tired of sitting in a house. I really can't sit in a house anymore. I'm being drove crazy by stir.
She looks over to the guard that's accompanying her. An orcish fellow, half-orc fellow, male, looks over to you. You're volunteering?
Well, yeah. Used to be. I was trained by Captain Tuzak himself. And, well, I did my rounds for the longest time. And, well, to be honest, I itched to do something other than sit in a house and sip tea all day. It's not productive.
Grab your things. We can find something for him, can't we? I actually know a good place so we can go. How long have you been a noble?
I mean, since I was born, but I mean, I've been a soldier for around 162 years now.
Right. Follow us.
Can I tell if they're just like, oh, rich boy wants to play city guard? Rich boy
roll me that
thinks.
side check. Roll me that side check.
Rich boy
They're
thinks.
100%
definitely coming
trying to
off that
murder
way.
you. Yeah.
17. Best of
17.
luck if they try to murder
They
me out here.
think that you're soft and they're ready to put you to the test. Easy to tell.
Oh boy.
You they kind of walk you down to some of the outer some of the outskirts of Canile Guard, the southern end, the end that's kind of neighbors the forest. The city of Canile Guard was somewhat built into the forest some. There's still a wall that divides the outside and inside the city, but some of that wall kind of consumes a little bit of the forest. So there's actually a corner of this city that is literally pretty shady. So
Literally shady.
they take you over to this area, and the trees that are spaced out between buildings or in the streets or what have you, the branches are tall and branch out pretty wide. So even though at the time is about noon right now, it is rather dark here. But they take you over here, and you guys walk up to, three of you walk up to a set of other two guards. As you guys kind of meet, those two guards kind of come up to you. One human, both human, one male, one female, walk up to you. Sorry about this. What are you doing down here? This isn't your district. You watch the orc look at the elf and walks forward. Roll me a perception check.
I love how it's like, yes, the guy wearing full plate armor
He's
and
probably
strapped
soft.
to the T.
They just think you're just like this first
this
level, like
guy's
level one adventurer, just with sword and shield, just
You're
ready.
like, I got it.
20 total. I'm Link out here. I've done a couple dungeons.
He gets in close and he says, "You know if those Reich boys are still at it?" The human looks to you, looks back up to him. "We don't mess with them." "Huh. I know. Noble wants to play guard." Kind of sits up. There, the disadvantage on deception. You can easily tell everything coming out of this man's mouth is a lie. But, so you're the
Yes.
reinforcements that we called for. That's good. Good.
Yeah, Eldon Roland, H.O.P.L.I.T.E at your service.
You watch that one. This is not going to be good at all, actually. I'm going to leave. Best of luck to you all.
Oh, and your name is?
Edward.
Edward. Good to know.
Don't do anything stupid, please.
You're
kinda-
not the first one to say that to me.
Kind of looks warily at all of you, and he leaves. And the remaining human. Oh, sorry, I did say it was a female, didn't I?
There was one male, one female.
Yeah, sorry. This would be the female that's going along with this. So you're the reinforcements that we asked for. Good. We have a gentleman by the name of Reich been illegally selling arms. We need to go deal with him. So
Where's the warrant?
The full, huh?
Where's the warrant? There's always a warrant for this type. Where's the paperwork? You gotta make sure it's in check.
It's already been taken care of. You don't need to worry.
Not
Ahead
if
of
I
us.
don't see it real quick. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just making sure all the T's are.
We've got
crossed and I's are dotted.
another set of guards over there. They haven't. So don't worry about it. We still have to rendezvous with another group.
Okay.
You hear the orc just kind of off to the side speak to the other elf, like, fool. And,
I love how this is the one group of
So
people
she-
that don't know who we
so
are.
the human turns. Do you follow? I assume.
Yeah, I'll follow, but seeing how this is kind of figuratively and literally shady, I will be keen to the people behind me
All right.
to make sure I don't hear swords being drawn, and it's just like, well,
You
I'm about to murder some
you
people.
head. You follow the guards, and they take you to almost like the very edge of the city wall, and you do end up seeing a good slew of rundown shacks that really come off to you as definitely buildings of ill intent. There's one guy outside, older gentleman, eye patch. He looks over to you all, and he kind of slinks back down. He was like sitting down on the stone pavement. He looks up, sees the four of you coming, looks back down, and you hear just a bird call. Obviously came from him.
Can I now keep eyes peeled on the rooftops, the alleyways? Also, I wouldn't be walking on a sidewalk. I'd be walking in the middle of the street.
Yeah. You keep an eye out. Roll me a perception check.
Natural 20 for a 27.
Natural 20. Yeah, you look up.
This is my bread and butter. This is what I'm used to.
You see some of the windows, just, like the shutters on these windows, just kind of arch open just a little bit, and you see like an arrow, a head stick out of it, and then another one, and then another one. As the one guard that you met is in front, and the two that led you here are behind you. You're heading forward, and you don't see, suspiciously, any two guards here that you're gonna meet.
Yeah, I'll have the shield on the left arm and just the handle of the moonblade just kind of clutched in my right, still in the sheath. But it's kind of like.
So as you approach, you watch the guard in your front call out, "Reich, your time's come."
That's not normal procedure. What are you doing?
And don't worry, we've done this plenty of times.
Yeah, did you notice all the arrowheads in the window, though?
Got someone out here that wants to challenge you to the rule of ancient duel. Duel of ancient rule.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
The two guards behind just kind of take a step back. The nearest door where that older guy did the bird call opens up. You see a burly Goliath step forth. Bandana on the head. One eye, scarred, seemingly blind, as it's kind of glossed over. No shirt, but tattoos to make you double take and see if he actually is wearing anything on his upper half. He wears kind of like these long, kind of torn up, leathery pants, wielding one massive hammer.
Like a maul?
Like a maul. Looks out to you.
Maul.
Right. Go on. Looks to the older gentleman. He stands up, walks over to the woman that called out, and he hands her a pouch of gold. He goes back to sit down. Reich steps into the middle of the street.
Can I hold an action at this point? Seeing as he's
Sure,
coming?
yeah.
I'm going to hold my action to activate one of the things in the Moonblade.
Okay.
One of the spells that I've stored in it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold it for when it's like right when it's about to pop off.
Okay. See Reich kind of stand. This guy. Have fun. Good luck, Noble. Gives you a pat on the back.
Clearly, I've never
And you
seen
watch
a H.O.P.L.I.T.E before.
The two in the back. When you say that, the orc says, "Wait,
Eldon Roland H.O.P.L.I.T.E member extraordinaire."
Reich, don't." You watch Reich lift up the hammer, I assume now.
And the spell, the Moonblade will flash a bright green, and you watch as from the sword itself, lightning arcs through Eldon. His hair stands on end, and the lightning flashes between all the metal joints of the plate as he casts haste on himself.
Oh boy.
Oh, snap! Oh, that's so good.
All right.
And it's just
That's a good one.
Okay, so here we go. Roll initiative. What'd you get?
I got a 4.
4. I got a 3. I'm not even joking. I rolled terrible.
And
So you pull that out. You cast haste on yourself. It is your turn. It is only you and Reich right now.
I'm gonna go for just non-lethal strikes on him.
Okay.
Figure he needs to be taken in alive, that sort of deal.
Okay.
All right, first attack, natural 1.
Okay.
Second attack. 32 to hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Third attack. 19 to hit.
19 to hit. Okay, yeah, that
And
hits.
then hasted attack is 16 to hit.
Okay, roll damage.
All right. So 11 on the first one,
Okay.
17 on the second
Oh
one.
my god. Okay.
And then 13 points on the third, on the hasted hit.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
Kind of whiff the first one and be like, I'm getting too old out here. And so the second hit is pommel to the inside of the knee. Third one is an uppercut to the chin to drop into his knees. And then the fourth one is just a Sparta kick in the face.
Okay. You downright immediately. Battle music over.
That's it?
Oh, nice.
Go! And
You downright immediately. You watch the three guards just,
no, he was all non-lethal.
they turn and they run out of there. And the one that remains is the orc. Blight. You did real good for volunteering today. You got a whole slew of guys. You watch the arrows just like in the windows. You see the faces behind the bows now. They're like just looking out like,
I'll just point to one of them in the window and be like, I will fireball you if all of you do not come out here and surrender yourself before us. You, and I'll point at the orc, call in reinforcements. We're bringing them all in. Don't forget to start read them their rights now. Start with it.
by the
Louder!
by the right of Cain, our God. He starts to read them out, and you got people coming out of buildings and stuff.
If you don't pick that gold up and say it's a finder's fee, I'm gonna be so angry.
I was about to ask if the gold
All
was
right, Vex,
dropped or
calm
not.
down.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask if I'm just gonna walk over to the pouch of gold, grab it, and drop it into the bag.
All right.
And just it doesn't even move as the bag is just dropped. All right, count them all up. Make sure to read them the rights. We got to make sure we're doing this right. And then we have to head to the nearest jail. Where's the nearest jail? It's been a hot minute since I've been here.
You easily
And then
start to go back through your old guard ways, and
I'm grabbing Tuzak by like the scruff of the neck, and I'm just kind of dragging him left-handed behind me.
oh, the orc.
No, the Goliath.
Oh, Reich.
Crap. Yeah, right. I'm just grabbing. I don't even care about him. He's
You
no
just
fight.
grab him,
Just
drag
grab-
him. Yeah,
I'm
you
just
have
gonna drag him.
shown the power of
And then I'm
the
just gonna,
hoplite.
just gonna. Well, that was very anticlimactic. Once they're there, I'm gonna go see if I can find Tuzak at this point, because
you-
my day is over.
you head on out. Hector and Rona,
So-
you to the day has moved on. You've eaten a good feast. People are still all around the great hall, where the throne is located. What do you wish to do for the rest of the day?
Hector, actually having a memory spark. Actually, there's someone I need to talk to. Is Is Arthur still around, or did he wander off?
Oh no, Arthur's still around.
All right, I wanted to ask him. I guess I'll just do the thing. I'll hunt him down.
Yeah.
And Arthur, where are the stone keepers currently stationed? Where's the barracks?
Edge of town, southmost edge. It's actually the closest building to the teleportation, a gazebo. I hope you like that, by the way.
Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, it's like a garden. You come into a garden and then it's, yeah. Yes, the closest building to the gazebo of teleportation with flowers.
Thank you. And Hector head in that direction.
Okay. With Rona or without Rona?
I'm not gonna tell her she can't come with me.
You-
Are there children here?
Yes.
I'm involved.
Okay. You are outside with the kids, and there's like a little bit of a kind of a small garden park area that's kind of in the town center. It's almost like a little, Central State or a park or whatever. And you're out with the kids in this little park area and doing just tiny little magics, and they're just amazed by it. Like you make a flower grow, like a little rose or something, or you show how the scythe just look and now it's gone, or anything like that. And
Abe has got somebody on his back.
yes, probably three
Through,
kids just like
I've popped
walking
out
around.
the little oh my goodness, I'm losing the word.
Broom.
It's not a gurney, but it's
The stretcher.
this. Thank you, Lord. The stretcher out,
Yeah.
so they can like play on that if they want to.
All right. Hector, you make your way over to the Stonekeeper barracks. Stonekeepers, all of them, are going to be new faces to you. Their leader, however, the familiar old face of Olaf. So, you make your way over. Olaf acting as kind of the general of the small unit, at least for the time being. You walk over. He's outside, sitting, looking towards you, Ironcrest, smoking a pipe. You approach. Hey! You are
You too.
still on vacation, right? You don't need to tend to business all the time.
No, but there was one specific soldier I was looking for. The boy who was with me that night a year ago, Carrick.
Carrick. Go on in.
Give him a nod and go in the door.
You open the door. And you see it is initially just rows of bunks. But on the far end, you see about 20 stonekeepers huddled around a log or a bench or a table or something. You can't really see it over their heads, but you do see Carrick standing on it. He's talking to these men almost as if he's a higher rank. It was there where my brother, and he looks up and sees you. Well, we can talk about this at another time. Our king, and all of them turn their head to you. They all stand up at attention. Carreg comes off of the table and steps forth to the front of them. The Stonekeepers, awaiting order, sir.
When Hector entered the barracks, he's gonna go into like his basically drill sergeant stance. He's gonna have his hands behind his back, his like chest puffed out, shoulders back, like acting like he's the biggest shit in the room, because he is. But
Show me
he's
your
gonna give
war
off that air.
face.
Yeah. Don't keep a Carrick front and center.
He is.
He takes a couple steps forward.
You see, you're still well.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to talk to you privately for a moment.
As you wish. He follows your lead wherever you take him.
Yeah, I'll just take him so I can keep him out of earshot of the other ones. Relax a little bit more.
He will once you let him.
Yeah. I'll drop the air once I'm out of the eye shot of the other ones. Of everyone else.
You guys kind of go out to like the training yard. There's just dummies out here that have practiced on, and as you kind of relax and show him it's okay to as well, he's like, permission to hug you, sir.
Of course. Then I'll
He
reach out and grab him.
goes out and reaches. It's at this time when you give him a hug, you notice he keeps a familiar and very well wrapped jar around his waist. As he kind of retracts. I've heard stories of Stoneborn, Gideon Lawlight, the Hoplites. You've made the rounds around all of Tirafel, from what I hear, and I'm really glad you're back. Really glad. But what brings you back? Is it almost time to retake our land?
Almost there. Just a couple more days, and I'll have my meeting with the Emperor, and then I'll get with the help I need. We can march on the capital.
So what would you require from me today? What can I do for you?
I need you to meet me in the Great Hall tomorrow morning.
Of course. Just me, or would you like me to bring the company?
Just you.
I can do that.
There's also a feast held tonight there, too. Press leave from Olaf, tell him it's from me. You can come too.
I will. So I'll see you later. All right.
How have you been holding up?
There's a mountain north of Ironcrest. Karug and I would go there quite some time. We would. When we were kids, it was almost like we pretended we were gods looking down at the world below us, and it's a lot better than our home. I've decided to spread his ashes there. And I will. As soon as we retake our land. But besides that, I am well. So, the guys in there are waiting for the end of this terrible story of how we were attacked by these faceless, weird things. So, I'm going to get back to that. And then I will see you in a couple of hours. It was nice. It was nice to speak to you again, Hector.
Good to see you as well.
He goes
Turn
for one more
Lincolns.
hug.
Yeah. And then as I'm walking away, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna be like, one more thing. Stop throwing your sword. It's a horrible battle strategy.
Yes, sir.
Get some
throws their
daggers or
sword.
something.
He goes back.
We can like
He
that.
goes back to the table, and before you close the door, you hear. So then I threw my sword.
This man needs
But,
an enchantment on it.
Right.
As time passes, you hang out with the kids. The feast begins. Kareg brings the the other 19 stonekeepers. Olaf joins as well. And anything else, Hector?
I did want to talk to Rona at some point.
Yeah.
Like if I could get her.
At any point.
Yeah. Rona, I need to ask a favor from you. First, I need to know if it's something you can do in the first place.
I probably can, but please do continue.
I know your powers have grown a lot. What extent of a corpse would keep you from able to bringing it back?
That is an odd way to phrase that.
If I gave you the ashes of a dead soldier, could you bring him back?
I don't see why I couldn't. I was prepared to with Eldon.
Right. So I have a old friend and former companion of mine Carrick, his brother was lost in my care, and I would like to give his brother back to him. Keeps him in his urn at his waist. Told him to meet me at First Light tomorrow.
I will verify with Shantea, but I believe that's something. I think so. It'll be a pretty powerful spell. It'll probably take a lot out of me, and I might need your help. But beyond that, I think I could pull it off.
Cool. So let me know whatever you need.
Okay. Yeah, let me and she's gonna get kind of somber, and let me ask a few questions, and then I'll let you know for sure in a little bit. And she's gonna walk back to the gazebo because that place is just really pretty.
Yeah, you go back over there.
Yeah. And she's gonna kind of like sit up on the banister, like surrounding the gazebo, and she's gonna cast Commune.
Okay.
And am I able to resurrect anybody with just ashes? Is that something that we could do?
Commune is yes or no, right?
Mhm. And before she answers, I'm just gonna say, I'm really gonna need you to say yes.
No.
A little flower sprouts on the nearest railing. A little rose.
I mean, I guess I just had the one question. Thanks, I guess.
You watch the flower wilt a little bit.
Should I resurrect them?
The flower stays.
Stays wilted or stays?
Stays, it kind of perks up a little bit, blooms a little bit greater, but
Okay.
think about your wording on that first question.
What about my wording?
She didn't specify. Oh, sorry.
This is gonna be real scary when she actually goes to do it.
Oh.
I'm going to pause to clarify. What spells do you have access to right now?
Resurrection. Which is no
7.
longer than a century.
And requires you to touch a dead creature. This wouldn't count as a dead creature. You would need true resurrection.
I would need true resurrection.
Yeah. So yes, you can, just not yet.
Dang.
Ooh.
Oh, how awkward would
That's
that
so
be?
sad.
I'm gonna spend an hour playing in your brother's ash. Oh.
Just wanted to make sure expectations were set
Yeah.
Nah.
before, yeah, I'll bring it back.
An hour is wasted and
It's not working.
Yeah.
Divine intervention. Fix this.
I
You
swear, I can do it.
Man, too bad I'm
That's
not
I
level
figured
20
It was
yet.
like a little
Hold on.
figured it was like
Do
a
I
little
have- That's a
shady at
9th
that
level,
point, 'cause it's
isn't
like-
it?
Yes. You just need to be
Still
level
pieces
17.
of a dead
So literally
creature.
next level. You
because
Next
like
level
the
I
spell
can.
that provides a new body, if the original no longer exists, is for true resurrection.
Okay, I wasn't sure if ashes counted because they were once the body. Because
Yeah, that's what
It
I was
also-
going out off of that because it was like it restores like body parts and missing.
yeah, it
stuff.
restores body parts like
Yeah.
missing limbs
Doesn't-
and stuff.
I would
so-
say like if you got like a blown up soldier or whatever, you had a torso, I would say resurrection could probably fix that. But like you have nothing. Like
This
even if you had
speck
like
of dust used to be a toenail.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Even if you had like a finger, I wouldn't allow resurrection to bring that person back.
Dude, imagine how bad Rona would have felt
Yeah.
in ashes with Eldon, and it's like,
So you can
With nothing.
later.
you can't next level.
Later.
Okay, so then I guess for my
Go
third
kill another dragon
question,
real quick.
I can't do it now, can I?
The flower stays blooming.
He's already set the meeting.
No, don't worry about that. I worded that in a very specific way.
Okay. She'll walk out of the gazebo
Okay.
and just kind of find Hector's sight, like so he can look at her.
As you begin to walk out of the gazebo, you hear from behind you. Someone has arrived via teleportation.
Oh, I'll turn around.
Damien Thundermane.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Hey,
I'll-
if I had to deal
Thundermane.
with him, so do you.
Is that scowl permanent? I just have to know.
Only when I'm trying to remember what your name was.
Oh, unfortunate.
Nora.
What did you call me?
Rona. That's what it was.
I'd like to make an insight check.
Go ahead.
Nora, what did you just say to me, you little
That's pretty bad. I have advantage on insight checks. Okay. 21?
21.
Honestly, thought you were going to say 4 billion.
Might have been something there.
Might have. Oh.
But it was Rona. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Came to check out this new Ironcrest. I heard it was colorful. Kind of just looks at the flowers.
I'm going to kind of make a little bit of a defensive stance, like kind of blocking him into the gazebo with my smaller size, comparably. It is quite lovely. Much better in the daylight, though.
Sun's still up. It is going down, but it's still up.
You're very observant.
Very. Where is Hector? I would wish to speak with him.
I'm afraid he's indisposed.
Oh, I don't believe that.
You can believe whatever you like. It's none of my business, really.
You would deny the right hand of the Emperor Council with someone of such importance that just came back from a rather touchy subject. I wish to speak with him.
Of course. And I'll sidestep.
Even though you sidestep, he will still brush against you. You feel like a static shock from his hair as it kind of just graces your hands. He comes up to about your chest. He is pretty big for a dwarf, but he walks past you. And
I will keep pace with him.
Yes, I imagine so. You keep pace. He walks up kind of into town. People get quiet when he walks up. People stare at him. And as he kind of walks past, he's just looking at everything with that same kind of scowl that he had. He moves forward.
You like what you see?
Never visited Raceville when it was still Braceville. But I remember the commotion that Hector caused when he murdered its Thane. But
Those are pretty harsh words.
it is what it is it not?
I do believe there's a stark difference between murder and defense.
I do believe him and his wife were both naked when they were felled by his blade, but what
I'm
is
sorry.
defense anyways, right? I assume he's in the giant great hall, yes?
Probably.
Good. He keeps on walking, you keep up with them.
I'm gonna pull out the harvester as non-threatening as humanly possible.
I'm gonna pull out my weapon.
Hearing
as
Rona-
non-threatening.
Hearing Rona immediately go, I pull out my harvest. I'm like, and I thought I
I'm
was
just getting a
looking for
vibe.
trouble.
I'm getting a vibe, and I don't
comes out.
like
He
it.
just turns. You worried?
No, not anymore.
Oh, spicy.
Keeps on heading towards the Great Hall.
I'm gonna go into the bracelet. Incoming.
You hear that, Hector? Just as the doors open, the hall, which was right now filled with a lot of people eating and enjoying a grand feast and ale, turn to see Damien Thundermane walk in. The entire room goes quiet. The prodigal son has returned. Do not stop your festivities on my account. Hector. He begins to kind of walk around the long table to head to you, Hector. A word in private, please.
Right. I have a council room in the back here.
Would be most suitable. You go with him alone.
Mm-mm. I'm following him.
As you try to follow him, you get close to the council doors. He looks to you, Hector. I did request a loan, if that is too much to ask.
You're afraid to say something in front of her that you won't say in front of me? Seems rather shady of you, Thundermane. Come on in.
I need popcorn.
I'm sorry. What kingdom of are you queen of something? No? Okay.
I'll take a
This
step
is
back.
for the royalty of Aldahari. This is not for
Thundermane, you
Other-
will not stand
yes.
in my hall and insult my council when you're just a counselor yourself. You're gonna play that, go get the Emperor and have him talk to me alone.
It's quite all right. Forgive my insolence of a lowly commoner. I'm still hungry. And she's gonna like lock eyes with Hector, and they're gonna go like that wolf yellow, just like briefly. And she'll back off.
He will shut the doors as you leave. Just a quick update to this meeting coming up. The Emperor wants to know who all will be attending.
H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S.
I understand that. But I do believe from when I last saw you at the Eye of Yore, you are down a couple of members from when we last saw you.
Lost one, we gained a number. Another, but the same number of hoplites. See, 5 of us.
Right. Can I get the names, please?
The only one, the new one that you don't know is Eclipse.
All right. Tell me about this eclipse.
Describe the scrying target for me.
He just needs a
You're the powerful
neon
cleric.
sign.
Powerful cleric.
What are you looking for?
Looking for a description of the poor person.
He's some young tabaxi that likes fish. Is that enough for you? I don't know what. Do you want me to tell you her home, who her parents are? I don't know. I mean, if you want to know more about her, I'm sure you've talked to the king already.
Seem rather defensive, Hector.
I don't like you.
Excellent.
Straight to the point.
Finally! Thank you.
I love it.
All right.
Tell me what you want. I'll let you know. You deserve the proper respect for your position. I'll give you that. That is all.
Right. I was only here to discover who is with you and who is not. The one that left perished. The brother of Rona. Is that right?
Yes.
And where is he now?
Dead.
What?
He's in the closet.
Yeah.
I keep him in my bag. Like what?
Where is he? You just
He's
said he
gone.
died.
He's left the mortal plane on our trip back to Cup. So he's gone. We'll never see him again. Yeah, so the ones attending the meeting will be myself, Circeus Ignagnos, Eldon Roland, Rona Thimbley, and Eclipse.
Wasn't too hard, was it? Anything else you think is pressing that needs to be known before we meet?
Nothing that you haven't known a year ago. You know why I'm going? The situation hasn't changed.
All right then. He opens the doors. The hall remained quiet, and I assume you didn't go far. Everyone looks at him.
Quick locale question here. Is the council chamber like past the throne, like off to the side somewhere? Kind of like where
It's kind of beyond. It's behind it. Like if
Okay.
you think when you walk into a long hall throne, and then there's like a wall behind it, but if you go behind it, there's a door to another council chamber.
Okay, Rona is sitting on the armchair of the throne, keeping an eye on the door
Gotcha.
and the rest of the hall.
All
Like
right.
she's trying to keep these people safe.
So Thundermane walks out, looks to the left, and sees you, and then looks over. Please, continue your feast. He walks down towards the edge where the double doors are. He grabs them and begins to kind of close them on his way out. And Hector, remember your place when it comes to the hierarchy of rule of Terrafell. Because when you talk
Is
to
he
me
just
like
saying that
that,
to every king?
please know you have no right. And he closes the door.
Wow.
And
If Hector hears I have no rights, he is going to start marching towards the door.
Oh.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to like grab him like by the
International
front of
incident.
his.
Let me get an attack of opportunity.
No, I just want to grab him by the front of his armor if I can grab it.
I mean, he's marching, he's not running. So
I'm gonna like try to pause him.
this is up to you two.
Yeah. If you keep going, she'll fight a little bit, but she's not gonna be able to hold you for long.
I get you. Well, if
Call
anyone
Circeus, I'll
else,
bring King
but the
Alistair
fact,
as witness.
fact that it's Rona, he won't try to push against her too hard. Anything
You
more than
see. No, you're good. You're
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
When Rona kind of interrupts you, you do notice Kareg on the far end of the table. He looks back to you with those same like worried eyes, like something happened. But that's where we're gonna end this episode.
Oh.
So
Watch this dude show up to me next and be like, "Yo, what's going on?"
thank you, Traveler, for watching. We hope you had a good time. We know. I think we did. Maybe the heart's racing a little bit too much, but
I love the juicy drop.
Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, traveler, and remember, keep moving forward. Goodbye.